My video for September the 17th, 2018, video number 2849, is entitled, Trying to Make Sense of Our Insanity. As I begin each new day praying for various friends in need and asking for manifestation of the long ago promised kingdom of heaven on earth, I go to the computer for new messages from friends and comments on my newest videos. Yes, my videos are normally recorded the day before they go live on YouTube and Facebook. I also send out birthday greetings to Facebook friends. There's never a day I do not have at least a few, quite often quite a few. Most never even acknowledge my greeting. Then I have people asking me why I'm not recording or responding to their emails sent to my old email addresses that are no longer active. Perhaps I'm the one who is insane as I keep using these programs that I know were set up to spy on us by individuals with their own agenda, plans to control humanity, not liberate us. The huge questions I keep asking God is why it still continues and when will the insanity finally end? While I'm very grateful that I am still in relative good health, I have the same issues that have plagued me since my last open heart surgery. Unanswered prayer is perhaps the biggest challenge of all. Is it insane to keep asking, seeking, and knocking on heaven's door when nothing really changes? I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. What are your thoughts? And yes, I do appreciate those that take time to respond and comment. I do not appreciate those who just criticize me. In fact, depending on the mood that I'm in and the level of criticism, I mean, I end up blocking certain individuals that don't seem to ever have anything good to say and often have no content on their channel, if it's a YouTube channel. And they exist only to criticize. I mean, that's how I perceive it. But the whole thing with my life, as I just lay there this morning before I turned on any lights or took my blood pressure, which, by the way, that's something else I do every day. And for the past over a week, my pulse rate has been below 40. Now, it doesn't give a number because it only records numbers down to 40. And all it just says is low, which means it's 39 or less. And that's something that I've been doing every day for a long time. Now, I'm appreciative of the fact that I'm not having high blood pressure, which had been an issue at points in the past, but the remedies that I'm taking as far as nutritional and dietary and also vitamins and supplements and stuff that I take every day, I guess that's really helping because it's good that my heart's not working too hard. It would maybe kill me if it was, I don't know. But the whole thing of my life, I mean, I'm in a month approximately from now, I'm going to be 72 years old. And while I know people that are in their 80s and 90s, and I don't know that I've ever met anybody that's 100, but I have met people in their 90s that, you know, still have sound minds. And I've also met people that are younger than me that don't have sound minds, that are suffering terribly from Alzheimer's or other diseases. And I attribute some of that to the fact that some of these people at least are taking the prescription drugs that create a lot of the symptoms that are very, very negative for us. Because again, the pharmaceutical industry, part of the insanity of our world, the pharmaceutical industry is only interested in making money. They're not interested in making people better. Everybody would be healed of the ailments that we have. The pharmaceutical companies would go out of business. And in fact, the whole system would fall apart because most of it is based on money. And money is perhaps the biggest insanity of all. Pieces of paper or coins or whatever with numbers on them represent value, when the real value is getting along with each other and loving each other and listening to each other and trying to build a worldwide community, if you will, that lifts us up. But the insanity is that the, quote, loving creator doesn't seem to take any action at all to even quarantine the criminals that run the world. And they're demonic. And I see this, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that sees it. And I want resolution. I want to get the numbness in my feet healed so that I can dance and walk with. I don't run. I don't think I ever run anymore. But if I did, I don't have the confidence because of my right foot being so numb. And I still get heart attack symptoms from time to time with the numbness in my left arm and pain in my chest. So these are things that I deal with and have to deal with on a daily basis. But I am appreciative of the fact that I can still walk and talk and drive my car and go from place to place, and that I'm not dependent on other people. I mean, one of the people here in the apartment complex is going, it was announced Monday that within the next week, 2 at the most, he will be going into an assisted living place where he has nursing care. And I mean, he's in a wheelchair and he can't even hold his head up. I mean, and he drools all the time. And sometimes, I mean, I've gone to my car and he's sitting outside in his chair, and I've tapped him on the shoulder a couple of times and said, "Are you okay?" And you know, he looks up and nods. I don't even think he speaks. But in any case, I see people in need, and I see unanswered prayers that are in my own life of people that I've been praying for a long time. And sometimes their condition seems to show no improvement whatsoever, just as my feet show no improvement. And there's things that can be done on a spiritual level, as I see it, that simply are not being done. And it's insane to keep running the same old programs that do not uplift us, that do not bring us the health and well-being that, to me, is what we strive for, what we want. And we get the opposite. This is craziness. Why? Why does the world keep going on without resolving the human issues that have been here for eons, folks? Why? I want the loving God to take responsibility. And I'd like to be empowered to take more responsibility myself. But it doesn't come without that empowerment, without the codons that were turned off being turned back on, so that I can accomplish some of the dreams and aspirations that I've had since I was a boy, to help do some of the things that are required to uplift humanity and to bring us all into a state of being where we can be fulfilled and where we can know that we are loving and loved, because they have to go together. We can't be loved if we're not loving. So I hope to be loving, and I hope to be kind, and I'd like to be encouraging to those that also look for a world that has meaning and relevance to our aspirations, and dreams. Thank you, folks, for listening, and namaste.